So before you go to the comment section and start roasting me for, losing all my hair and, looking like a popo, let us talk about the large elephant, should I say, in the Kenyan rock scene, which is why do rock events stop happening in the Kenyan rock scene? Yeah, let's talk about that because maybe you're not aware, but I just got a new Wednesday rock night at Westlands. I'm going to pop up the poster for that rock night somewhere on this screen. So I got this new rock night. It should be starting on October 21st, Wednesday. So I'm starting this new Wednesday rock night at a place called the Tav in Westlands. And when I announced it, there were so many people in my inbox on WhatsApp. If you're not in my WhatsApp group, by the way, please tweet me at Eddie Grimm. And if you're brand new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. When you subscribe, you tap the bell icon thing, the cling, a bell icon, so that YouTube can show you my new videos. So a lot of people were inboxing me and they were asking two main questions, which is, Ed, why are you playing so far away from town? Why are you playing in Westlands? And B, why are you playing a Wednesday rock night instead of playing on like a Saturday? So, typically there's my side of the story or the way I see things and my experience, and there's the way the rockheads see things. So I'm going to narrate it, and just, a disclaimer, this is not me, pinning blame on anyone or saying you should do this, or as rock fans you should do that. I'm just telling you how things work from my perspective and where I think things can improve, or where I see things going wrong, or where I see things, suffocating the scene so that there aren't as many shows as there could be. So question number one was, why Westlands? Yeah, so this gig, I got it because a friend of mine from campus, he's called Kim, shout out to him, he watches my videos. So Kim told me that the manager at Tav is a rockhead and she's into rock music and she's looking for a rock night. So Ed, can you talk with her? And I went and talked with her. Lovely meeting. The day of the meeting, I actually uploaded a video of me at Tav. So if you have like my number, you probably saw that video of me at Tav. And yeah, that's the thing. I got the gig because someone referred me, and then people at the venue value rock music. Yeah, this is actually one of the reasons why rock events stop happening. It is sometimes very hard to find a venue that values rock music and values the performer. That's typically the first part. That's very hard. So shout out to my to a certain rockhead by the name of Wan Jao. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, but I'll share this video with him. He told me, Ed, why don't you just go and look for clubs in town and get gigs in town? And I was like, in my head, I was like, brother, it is not that I just walk into the club and I'm like, here I am, give me the event now. I don't just storm in, and I don't just storm into the club and then say, give me the event now. Yeah, or else, yeah, it is that I have to sit down with the management and we have to talk so many things. We have to talk logistics, we have to talk about sales, we have to talk about marketing. There is so much that happens behind the scenes that the average Kenyan rock fan is not able to contemplate, yeah, or put into perspective. And that's typically the first thing. Finding a venue that appreciates rock music, that appreciates the performer, is really tricky. Second question was, why Wednesday? Okay, so let me explain why Wednesday. You see, this is now where, so the venue was the first issue, but the second part is you, the viewer, the rockhead. You need to understand that in my experience, and do not take this offensively, it is, I've come to realize that what rockheads say and what rockheads respond to is actually kind of different. It's kind of different because rockheads will tell you, Ed, please have a rock night on weekend. But weekend ikifika, when the weekend reaches, on Friday night, people drink themselves silly. Yeah, people drink themselves silly, and then they are so hungover that they can't go partying on a Saturday. So you leave me without an audience, or you leave me with less of an audience than expected. Yeah, and the funny thing is, the people who tell me that they're going to come, they're going to show up to the gig, it's like I don't even push them. They generally tell me they want a gig on a Saturday. Then when I give them the gig, they are nowhere to be seen because Friday nilikunywa. Oh, Friday I drank and I just couldn't leave the house. Then number two, Now this is, just to answer the question of why I chose a Wednesday, is because, like I said, don't take this offensively, but I can't always fully rely on, just the rockers alone to show up. Plus me as a degree, I'm trying to push rock music, the general population of Kenya, not just people who like rock music. In the poster for that rock night, I have written music will include rock, pop, and EDM. I've written that so that if I play 21 Pilots or Calvin Harris or Chainsmokers, you do not say that it is rock and the degree is playing Chainsmokers as rock. I just included rock, pop, EDM because also I'm trying to factor in the audience in Westlands, which is key, in understanding why rock events sometimes continue, sometimes fail. I always get these questions. Oh, Eddie Grimm, why is there no more October? Oh, Eddie Grimm, why is there no karaoke at Blues anymore? Oh, Eddie Grimm, why don't we have these Saturday nights with the It is because of what I'm explaining. You need to understand that at the end of the day, it's all really a business, and most of this business blah 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 that I'm talking about that you probably don't even care about, you probably drifted off and you're like, oh, Eddie Grimm Nyamaz, that all this business blah 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 falls on me as the entertainer. In fact, it's really hard for me to plan the thing and then play. I typically prefer when someone else plans and then me just come in, play and advertise. But the tricky part is going to the venue. And I was telling that guy that I just said, Wanjao, that clubs, especially clubs in Tao, I don't want to mention names, but some of them back before the Rona, some of them were like really arrogant. You go and tell them, hey, I'm a rock DJ looking for a rock gig, and they are like, it's like the attitude is like, tell us, rock. What is this, rock? Unataka kucheza mawe? You want to play mawe music? That's the attitude that you get. And they're like, are there really people who like this music? That's the attitude that you really get. And then you're taken in circles. They're like, okay, go write a proposal and then send to our email. They are saying this because they will not read it. Because think about it from a business meeting perspective. If I want to close a deal with you, if I can't close it with you in person, what's going to make me close the deal with you in paper, on email, if we can't close it in person? So you find these clubs telling me that write for me a proposal. They're just diverting you because they have no interest. That's what I'm telling you. Finding a venue that genuinely values the music and the entertainer is very crucial. And that's why I tell fans, hey, if you want me to play in Thika, if you want me to play in Nakuru, if you want me to play, I don't know where, whatever part of Kenya it is, you yourself try scouting out a venue for me. Then go to that manager and ask them, are you open to rock? Just that. Go look for a venue and then go talk to the manager and ask, are you open to playing rock, or do you have any days that are open? See how they react. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I'm not saying that all venues are against rock, but it's sometimes very tough. Now let's move back to what I said about the fans. Sometimes fans don't understand what they respond to. They will tell you, give us a gig on a Saturday. Then they themselves will go out on Friday night to drink and be unavailable on a Saturday. Here's the reason why I chose Wednesday for this rock night. It's because I know that there are some people who work in Westlands and who are okay, especially now because of the pandemic. There's a curfew, so it can't go beyond 10. So what's the point of partying on a Saturday if we can't go beyond 10? We have a curfew here. For those of you who are watching internationally, we have a curfew because of the pandemic. Clubs cannot operate past 10. So what's the point of playing on a Saturday? It's better I just play on the weekday, play from around 4 to 10 for 6 hours, and then you go back home, just like you would have done during a regular era without a pandemic. And this is okay because if it was a weekend, you would want to spend the entire night there, but it's not possible, especially because of the curfew. But I've also come to realize that fans don't understand what they respond to. They will tell you, Ed, get us a venue on a Saturday. Okay, you get them a venue on a Saturday. Then they tell you, Ed, the venue is too far. Okay, you bring the venue much closer. Then they tell you, oh Ed, I don't like the venue, it is too pricey. What do you want now? What do you want now? Like I said, I'm not throwing blame, I'm just telling you, it's not really easy for me. So for those of you who keep asking me, Ed, when are you going to do a Saturday night? You need to understand that I'm also trying to work with what I have. I have to get a venue that is in a place that is, convenient for you. It has to be priced correctly so that people can actually spend. If people do not spend, we will not be hosted again. You need to understand that equation. So for those of you who think that you are being smart by drinking out there or getting stoned out there, and then you come to the event and then you sit, and then you sit next to my booth and then play Candy Crush, you're painting a bad picture for Rockheads, because our competition is the reggae people, the bongo people, the hip hop people, the R&B people. Those people spend a lot, whether it's a weekend or a weekday. I know. In my comment section, go down there and tell me, do you live in a neighborhood where there is a club? Any time of the day that club is full and it is playing some other genre, not rock. Yeah, there's a high chance whatever hood you're in, especially I have a friend who lives in Kasarani. He tells me that there's a certain bar that whatever time of the day, it's always full with people drinking. So that is your competition. That is your competition, Rockheads. Yes, I'm talking to you, dear Rockhead. That is your competition. While we are here saying that the booze, the alcohol that is priced at 300 per bottle is too expensive, those guys, that same venue selling that is being filled in with reggae people, bongo people. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why we lose gigs, because our competition is leagues ahead. They don't mind pouring money because they know that will allow them to be invited again. Okay, so if you are a Rockhead, and I'm going to forward this video to someone who told me that they don't want to spend money in Westlands because it's too expensive. It's okay. You need to understand that if you don't spend, you're not going to see me DJ again. You need to understand that equation. Also, how much I earn as a DJ is also slightly dependent on the sales. Yeah, some clubs will pay you a fixed figure regardless of how much they sell during the night. But some clubs look at sales. They look at, oh, when we hosted the DJ who was playing reggae, we earned 300,000 a night. When we hosted the DJ playing rock, we only earned 90,000 a night. The numbers speak openly. And I know you might say, oh, it's because we are less. It has really nothing to do with the quantity of people. It has to do more with the purchasing power of people. So there was a time I remember I would move from club to club searching for a venue. And it's like whenever I talk to the managers, it's like all the managers know a certain select group of clubs. Whenever you talk to the managers, it's like they had heard that whenever the rock fans come for a gig, they don't spend as much as another type of people. That is why I chose Wednesday, because I know Wednesday at that rock night called the Tab, the one that I'm about to start, will not just be filled with Rockheads, it will also be filled with general people, general audience, people coming in, going out from work, looking to maybe buy a beer or two, and they are looking to just chill for a while before they go home or wait out traffic. Yeah, so that's why I chose that. For those of you who are asking me why Wednesday and why Westlands, it is better to work with a venue that is far than and appreciates me as a rockhead and appreciates music than work with a venue that's close and will pay me peanuts. Do you know there was a time in town, there was a certain club I don't want to mention. On Wednesday night they used to host rock night, and when it used to reach 10 p.m. they would tell me and the DJ that I was working with to change the music to rumba. I'm like, seriously? You see, because for them they don't care about the music, they only care about the money. They only care about making money, and they don't care about the music. Me, on the other hand, I care about both. I care about the music and I also care about making money. You need to understand, you as a rockhead, what can you do to make sure that gigs keep happening over and over again. Number one is, if me as the advertiser, I come up with a gig that you feel is convenient for you, please make the attempt to show up. Don't tell me that you want a gig on Saturday, and then when I actually get a Saturday gig, you tell me it's too far. Then when I actually get a venue that is close to you, you tell me that it's too expensive. I am not God. I can't tweak everything. Yeah, you have to work with me. The same way I'm trying to work and make something for you. That's step one. Number two, if you are a fan and you want me to play somewhere, please scout out a venue for me, try and talk to the management. If they're open, I'll come and do the rest. If they are open to play, the same way my friend did that, he went and talked to a manager, and the manager wanted rock, and then I went and had the meeting. You should also consider doing the same thing. It will really help me, because me, I live in Rongai. I live in Ongata Rongai. Shout out to you if you're from Ongata Rongai. Me, I'm from Ongata Rongai. So when you tell me to go to Thika to look for a venue in Thika, yeah, it's like I don't know where to start. I don't know Thika. Number three is, rockers, if you show up for an event and you don't even buy a water, because this is if you attend events, you've seen this behavior. Someone just shows up and sits. He just sits. I'm not telling you to buy champagne. I'm not telling you to buy champagne, but don't show up and just sit. Yeah, you know, buy a water, buy a beer. Otherwise, if you don't buy anything, if you go out there, ukunywe kakito, you drink something and then you come to the event hammered and just ready to, you know, jump to the music and then leave, the venue is going to be like, you know, we're not getting sales from your people, so bye, you know, and that's when the event stops happening. This has happened to so many of my events. This has happened. Every time I keep being told, your people are not spending, there are no sales. And I'm like, dear manager, it is not my work to make them spend. Me, I just bring them. Yeah, me, I just invite them. Whoever shows up. Me, I can control the quantity, but I cannot control how much they spend. How much is spent is really in the hands of the fun, and that's why I'm telling you, if you want to keep seeing events happening more, you need to be willing to spend more. It's just the dynamic and the business of events here in Kenya when it comes to especially trying to have more rock events, because rock is viewed, let's say, as a niche or like a minority culture here in Kenya. Alright, I hope I've made some sense. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section below. I'm telling you, it's not easy being a DJ, trying to plan all this stuff and also DJ. It's not easy, but I hope if you had any questions and you're trying to understand why I'm doing a Wednesday rock night in Westlands, I hope I've given you a good understanding, because it's not easy. Alright, make sure to subscribe, make sure to give me a like if you enjoyed my explanation. I hope I've shed some light on how rock events work here in Kenya. Alright, please stop laughing at my hair, okay? It will grow back. Alright, you take care and God bless.